Hey, bookish baddies. Welcome to Black Girls Lit.
Where fine women, fine literature, and fine libations collide.
Step into the lit life. Black Girls Lit starts now.
Black women are so complex.
Welcome back, y'all. This is Black Girls Lit. I am Nicole, excited to be with my crew again. I'm Natasha.
I'm Lex.
And I'm Star with our special guest, Miss Stephanie.
Hey.
Stephanie.
Pew, pew, pew.
We love Steph. We love Steph.
Right? Okay, so like we said, this is the third and the very special episodes, right? All of August, we're giving you episodes every other week, the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th. So if you have not tuned in before, definitely go back and listen to the 1st and the 15th because we definitely take a good look at the 1st and 2nd books. Today, we are deep diving into the 3rd book and do a little wrap up of the entire series. You definitely want to hear what we have to say about this one.
For sure. For sure.
All right, next, what we got on our BGL cocktail?
Okay, so as always, we have a cocktail that's featured on the episode. The BGL cocktail of the week is called the Shadowbound. As we get into this 3rd episode, our spirit of choice is still rum, which I'm happy about because I love rum, as I've told y'all. Okay, so in the Shadowbound cocktail, we have the Kraken Black Spiced Rum, Sour Sop Nectar, and then we have molasses, Kahlua, as well as clove syrup and bitters. So that is our Shadowbound, ladies. Cheers. Let's try it and get into this episode. And it definitely tastes like an espresso martini a little bit.
I was just going to say, it's
Yeah,
martini.
I love it.
But I can do that though. For real.
It's so
Definitely could. Oh yeah. There's a little dark chocolate and nutmeg.
You take, okay.
So yeah, ladies, taste your dark chocolate with it's dusted with nutmeg to bring out the spices in that spiced rum. So that is our only pairing for this drink. Oh, wait, we do have a pairing, but this also is a garnish for the drink. So it should go well.
It does.
With the cocktail. Stephanie says it goes. So hey, she concurs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that's
Real smooth.
Yeah. This is our best one, I think. I like this.
Yo.
Let's introduce this book, Steph. Yeah.
Tomi Adeyemi. She is the New York's #1 best time author, seller. I said it all wrong this time. You see when it comes to the 3rd time? New York. So we're going to try it again.
It's the liquor.
#1 New York Times bestseller author, Tomi Adeyemi, with book number 3, Children of Anguish and Anarchy. This is the 3rd in the Legacy of Orïsha. Let's get into it.
How do we feel? Okay, we've done the first 2. We started out with all cheers all around for the book 1. And then book 2 was a little less flattering. We're on book 3. What is your overall feel? Okay, I'll go ahead and start. And very out of character for me. I'll be honest, I'm coming in with a babysit, y'all. And y'all know I so rarely. Y'all know I'm the
Not
It's
ever.
rare.
No, rare.
This is
Not
the
ever.
first.
Yeah.
Oh no, did you get you get the other one in between.
And I don't know if it's because book 1, like, cause I read them like really like back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had this certain level of expectation. By the time I got to book 3, I was like, who these new people?
That part.
And where them other people? And it was just a lot of question. And not that it wasn't still, if it was written like as its own book, I might be judging it differently. But because my expectation was set at a certain place from reading the first one and then rolling into the second one. And when you read them, like you have to read the next ones because there's like cliffhangers. And so by the time I got to the end, I was like, if I got to do the head tilt, it's going to get a babysit. So we're going to talk about it. But yeah, I'm coming in babysit, which is normally not typical Tasha rating.
Not at all.
Nicole, where you at? Where you at with it?
Dun dun dun. If y'all could see Nicole's face right now.
Love the author. I myself have never written a book, nor have I been an English major, nor did I study cultures like you did as an author.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I am not.
I'll send it. I'll say it for you, Nicole. She's going to send it back.
Wah, wah, wah.
Once again, I have not gone through the journey. Very proud of you having a movie being made and all that kind of stuff. It started going downhill. And I think, once again, I did read the books back to back to back, and it just kept on being more and more of the same. I didn't understand where we were trying to go. I didn't understand what we were trying to accomplish now with the third book.
Honestly, I'm with Nicole. I'm on send her back. Send her back. Like I talked about in the second book, this book was extremely hard for me to get through. And it was the shortest book of the entire series, which is saying something. But I mean, I think like the first book, it just really felt like a war manuscript, like a book full of war plans. Just narrated by Cynthia Erivo, which we love you, Cynthia. Wicked was great. You did amazing reading this book, but it was not good. I also didn't appreciate the inconsistency in readers when you're listening to the audiobook. They had a different narrator reading the first two books, and then going into Anguish and Anarchy, they had Cynthia Erivo narrate that one, which was fine, but it was just a little inconsistent for me in reading it back to back, as Tasha and Nicole talked about. But yeah, it was just tough. I think I didn't like the second one. I didn't really absorb anything. I felt like I was just going through the motions of reading it, and then felt like I had to finish it for the sake of this podcast. And then it just ended. I feel like it just ended. There was really no closure. It just stopped. But it's no shade to the author, because again, she did great on the first book. I just truly think too much time passed between the first to the second to the third, because the third book just got released a couple months ago. So that's where I'm at. Star?
Okay, before I give you guys my rating, do you guys remember that episode of The Cosby Show where Rudy wrote the story of the land that got conquered by the kings and all that?
Yep.
And then at the end of the story, she was like, the princess came and said, stop it, or something like that.
And it was over.
And it was just over.
Yeah.
That just came to mind.
Period. We're here. We're here. Because that's exactly what happened.
It was just over. It just ended. Okay, sorry. You already know. If they're sending it back, I'm sending it back. Let's keep it a buck. Like, I am the toughest critic at the table in the room. So it is what it is.
So we're going to go with the trend.
1 star all around.
With her, the adage of characters and not having backstory. All we knew was Orïsha for so long, and then now you're incorporating others. It was just very overwhelming, to where if you want to make it a 10-part book, make it a 10-part book where you're going to have different islands with their different
Yeah, honestly.
You give them different backgrounds, but everything was just so condensed to where it was just not enough information. And I agree with the ending. It just ended abruptly, to where I don't need a happily ever after, but what happened? Did we have the unity that we were asking for in the questions from book 2? Did we have them come together? Was the Civil War, was it just us coming into unity for this battle that we were going against the Skulls? Or is this a long lasting truce that we have amongst our islands? So it was too much in such a small book with too many additional characters without enough background information, where I just can't give it a cheers at this point, and I just have to send it back.
And that's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. So let's go into discussion. So with our pairing of Shadowbound, which we just tried with the chocolate.
Okay.
Nope.
The question goes into, is the enemy of my enemy my friend? Was this a path to the peaceful existence for the Magi and nobles, or short-term alliance?
I mean, before we answer, but what is Nicole, you made this. Oh. Okay, so the puff goes with the Shadowbound. So let's pass these around and let's discuss the question, Steph.
I can't wait to hear what Star is, because the way Star took a deep sigh when Steph finished finish reading that. What I was.
So get into it, Star. You ready?
No. Like, I want you guys to start. I was just gonna speak.
The answer is the enemy of my enemy, my friend.
Because that's what it was. Like because the Magi.
Are we talking about the skull?
And the new guy.
Right,
The new Gaia.
Magi and the noble people, they came together
To go against the skull.
to go against the skulls.
If you have the same enemy, are y'all friends?
Yes.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because, because those two were fighting because the Magi and the nobles were
tight.
They were fighting, and the Tetons, like the Magi and like the Tetons and the other people, they were fighting each other. But then when the skulls came into the picture, they was like, "Hey, we got to get together because the skulls come after all of us." And then also, then they like, and matter of fact, we need to go bring in these other people who the skulls are also trying to go after too.
No.
So my enemies are not my friend.
No.
We're not gonna come together. Okay,
Y'all are friends. Y'all can
Allies for the time
because
being.
that's a proverb.
Yeah,
I mean,
y'all
that's an
can-
old proverb that you hear all the time. So you like, no, it's not true.
we can coexist. Like, remember when Negroes joined with me
Yeah. So
people for to fight?
I've always heard that, like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely
No.
not.
I'm glad she said that.
Thank you.
No, I like even hearing it and saying it, like I always have to over process it because I don't understand. No,
Really?
that is absolutely not a thing. No.
Well, and I think that was like one of the many issues I have with this book. There was so much emphasis put on the civil unrest between the Magi and the Tetons. And now since this third party was introduced, I just feel like in this book, it almost seemed like all of that just went away.
Yep.
And they were focused on defeating this third party. But I'm like, you spent 2 fucking books
Yep.
talking about how there was such civil distress, and now we all are on ships and in chains, taken by these captors that we don't even fucking know about. And it's like, I just feel like she jumped
You needed to make
from one story
Yep.
to another story. I almost feel like this should have been a completely different series
Should've.
than the other. Honestly,
Than the first one.
the first book could have had a series or just been by itself. And the last two could have been a series continuation.
Yeah.
Cause it just took a turn that I wasn't prepared for. I felt like I was in the middle passage. I was in the boat. Like what?
I couldn't even finish the book. Like I was just jump. It was like the last 20% of the book. I'm like, okay, finish it, Steph. But I had so much anxiety because it's like never ending drama, never ending war. Like when does this end? The blood moon. And now you have a new person that's trying to take over everybody.
And a new civilization at that.
It was just too much. So where it was like, I told my husband, I was like, I can't finish the book. I said, I'm getting anxiety. It's like I'm afraid about what's going to happen because it's like they take 2 steps forward and 20 steps back. Mm-hmm. And it was like, when is this going to end? And it ended.
It ended.
It ended.
Not ideally. I have more unanswered questions in regards to it where it's like, what's the epilogue? What epilogue is that?
It didn't do anything. It didn't tie up anything.
It was another chapter. It wasn't an epilogue. So I just feel like you couldn't even wrap it up in a little bow because you extended it to a whole nother level of characters and an island and reasonings behind why the skulls wanted what they wanted. New Gaia, like you've never known New Gaia. Like what is all of this going on? And it's just like, we're just gonna, here we are. It's all done.
Literally.
Enjoy. And it's like, what? Like, no, too many questions. I have too many questions. And then, like you said, with them battling within the first 2 books between the nobles and the Magi, we're battling. And then in the third book, 3/4 of the book is New Gaia and the skulls.
They were battling each other with a third party that was causing all the drama. And I was like, oh, well, that's
and that's
interesting.
So I would say for me, two things. One, the coffee and the donut pairing, this is working for me.
That's very good. I like it too.
I don't know what this, the Kahlua, the dark chocolate is like this. And so that the pairing is working for me. So with the spice roll, whatever this, the BGL, the cocktail of the week with this little donut situation, that's working for me.
Yeah.
It's a puff.
Where I did not have, where I had issues was, so is the enemy of my enemy, like, is that my friend? I do understand where my co-hosts are like, no, that's not a thing. But the truth of the matter is putting parallels, like to real world situations in America, we have our issues. But as soon as somebody pops into America, like they bring like war to our doorsteps again, we're all, we're American. No, you can't do that here. Don't worry about what we got going on amongst each other. But now y'all bring something here. No. Now we're all Americans. And now we're like, no, we're not here for that.
So I think that goes like with the second part of the question, what you guys are kind of talking about. Like, was it a path to peaceful existence or a short-term alliance? And I think collectively it's the short-term alliance. Like that's what you're speaking to, right? Like, it's, the real life parallel is like when there is a common enemy, then we're going to ally. Like, I need you to be my ally because they're the problem now. But as soon
as
we take care of the problem, it's back. You know what I'm saying?
It's not going to change, right?
Yeah, we're still not friends. Exactly. So I think it's
ergo in the book ending the way it ended, we don't know what had transpired to see if this could have happened.
And so I do hear you guys, and we'll probably get into it a little bit more. But the thing that I keep thinking about with this author, and I'm always going to go back to the first book, this conversation that we're having, her ending it like she did, ending it, but not really ending it. Was it intentional?
Yeah. It probably was.
Because we're reviewing it like from our perspective and our expectation, right? Like we expected an end. We expected a pretty bow on the end that says, here, it's over, the end, right?
Everyone lived happily ever after.
Yeah, or not. But we didn't get that. But if you go back to her intention, right? Was it her intention to leave it? Because again, the real life parallel, like it was always from the beginning, it was, I wrote this because I was seeing this and this is what was going on in the world.
Right. Well, then
I feel like so maybe it was her intention always.
I could see that
through the emotions, like because the anguish that she named it, I was like, that's how we felt throughout the entire book. Like, what the world? Where did this come from? Why are you doing this? Which could be relevant to the emotions that you actually are like, where is this coming from? Why is this going on like this? This doesn't make sense.
Then wrap Orïsha up and then go into the skulls and the new
I think they're trying to take the reader through an emotional experience.
What Star is saying is no, because there is no wrapping up any part of real life. It's always
continuous. Correct.
You thought this, no, that wasn't even you right here doing all this. That wasn't even your real battle. Your real battle is over here. Oh, and guess what? That's not your real battle. Your real battle's over there. It never stopped. I was upset about the book, but when you just said that, so I was like, oh, that could have been intentional.
And I wonder
but then don't make it a trilogy. Then don't label it as a trilogy.
If you're not gonna put that on it,
you're not ending it. It's not a trilogy.
I'm trying, y'all.
Pretty bow on it. If you're not gonna wrap it up, do not sell it to Stephanie. That's it.
I don't, like I said, it's not necessarily about the happily ever after. It was just the abrupt ending. It left it to where it's a continuation, and you presented it to me as a trilogy. So I'm trying to receive it as you're going to wrap it up. Now, if you have other characters to lead off to another series or to another trilogy, a standalone, a 2-book part, whatever the case may be, I'll support that. But you didn't present it that way. You said it was about Orïsha. Then by the third book, we have New Gaia, We have the skulls.
We don't win.
Like whatever their island is called. Like, and then we're learning about New Gaia with the mother, the mother roots and all the vines and how all they can do. That should have been another story where it continued, where if you're giving a background on May and Jiraiya, the king and all of that, make that. If you're going to do something about the skulls, do that. And then it comes all together. Orïsha, New Gaia, the skulls.
It doesn't have to be a happy ending, but you need some sort of an ending. It's a book, okay?
You need closure.
So we're going to go into our second pairing. So we have a shot and we're still with the crack and spice rum.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the big thing about crack and spice rum is that it, of course, has the spices, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, those undertones in it. So the next thing that we have here, shuku.
and we're doing this with the shot. So that means we got to sip the shot.
I enjoyed that spice rum. It was good. I liked it. Because was not here for it. She was not.
She's making my faces, y'all.
I'm not seeing a liquor that she did not enjoy.
Okay.
She is like,
But especially rum being her drink.
It's over.
I was okay with it. It was good.
Y'all, I think I got about 50 chest hairs.
No, it's strong.
She didn't know the.
It's burning. I feel like I have heartburn.
For real?
Y'all don't feel that?
I feel like
No, it was good to me.
I'm over here like,
It was good to me.
Y'all are heads. I can't do it.
oh yeah, you liked it in the coffee. You understand why it's covered up?
Yeah, I understand. Hell yeah.
She's so upset.
It was good
It's
to me.
94 proof.
Because I like, and that's why. Nicole, what is it? Say it.
9 to the 4 proof.
94. That's 6 from 100. These are good. If you like coconut, it's very coconut forward, but I love
I'm not
coconut.
a huge fan of coconut, but this is good.
It'll cut that bite
Yeah, I caught the bite because it was very burny before.
compared to this dark chocolate.
Okay, in this book, let's go ahead and talk about the fact that all of a sudden, this is the first book that Zane had his own voice.
Yeah.
So Zane had an expanded role in this book, and he had his own experiences, especially with the Leminas. How do we feel about Zane in this book?
Can I start?
Please go ahead.
I honestly did not like it. No, listen, hear me out.
Everybody gave it a sentence.
Listen, listeners, everyone is clutching their pearls right now. But the only reason why I wasn't a fan is because I think Tomi in the first book, she set the precedent that Zelly and Zane were very complex characters. They had a lot of things happen in their life. There was just a lot with their dad, with their relationship, with their mom being taken, all of these things. And so I feel like if we were going to give Zane a voice, we should have gave him a voice from the beginning of that series. Okay. Only because his character was a main character.
He was.
From the beginning. And so to give him a voice at the end of the book and for the book to not be as deep as the first book almost did him a disservice as a character because Tomi set him up as such a
Supporting actor.
A supporting figure. He was Zelly's brother. They talked about his struggles a little bit from Zelly's lens. And so it was almost dang, he's such a deep character, and to just introduce him at this last point of the book, and he really didn't have that much development. It was really just talking about him fighting with his axe and giving his rib and trying to figure out how to work this magic through this object. He deserved more. And that's why.
I could piggyback with that because everybody had their power. They had the Tetons with Amari and Anan, the Magi with Zeely, but then Zane was nothing.
Yeah.
And so it's she was trying to give him something.
Yeah.
So the blood axe turned into the new Gaia giving them the internal, you're using your organ to fight. And so I think it was him trying to find his meaning behind everything because everybody else had meaning. And it was like, what is my fight besides protecting his sister?
And when at the beginning he had meaning. In the book, I feel like she set him up to be like one of the main characters, but
She did.
Yeah, because he was like a good looking, what is it?
he was a good looking man. He was a protector. He was muscular.
What was the game that he?
I
imagine it.
So she's setting up that way. And so it's like,
But now she's trying to give him more than what everybody else was able to get, because the royals got power from touching the scroll or being a part of the scroll, where he got nothing. It was just,
he was there.
that right.
He didn't have the natural like magic. He didn't gain magic when Anon and Amari did. And so also he just always has just been Zaylee's brother. And so then all of a sudden now it's just like, okay, so, but then when they were on that boat, when he was like, okay, hey, I gotta find a new way. I have to find a way to protect my sister. Like that was his whole purpose in life was protecting his sister. He wasn't able to protect his mom. His mom got taken away. They both sat there and watched their dad get killed. And it was like, hey, I have got to protect my sister. And he found his own right and found his own power. And it may not necessarily have been a magic situation, but found who he was outside of that in order to become the man he was supposed to be. You know what I mean?
yeah. But also, can we talk about how, like, I feel like Amari and his relationship was not realistic at all. Because can we talk about that for just a second? Like
The fisherman and the princess.
yes, no, well, yes. Compared to the first book unto the third, like they were like this. They were in love. And I know Amari did her wrongs and stuff like that, but I feel like it wasn't even addressed for real. Like I think at the beginning of the book, he kind of addressed like, oh, I can never be with Amari because of what she did.
That was by the second book, though. The first book, he was all in, and he was.
But I just feel like that's not realistic. Like it just was not a thing.
I feel like it was the
anymore.
first crush. She's never been at the castle.
Okay.
She's never been
So
at
he
the
wasn't that
castle.
special.
So he was special because he made her blush. And it
Okay.
was like, oh my God, the attention. But the connection came when she met May. Yeah.
I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah, she like,
But I just feel like it just got dropped.
May.
I think she had.
May, I think it was just a connection because she had a connection with Zane, Amari did, but it was her first time exploring outside of the castle. She's never met a boy. She's never done anything.
That's
and this is her first experience. And then he's protecting her. He's protecting her from Celie. He's not like, so it's just like different things like that where for her, she's like, oh my God. Who is this guy? I like him so much. And then she betrayed him. And then through that betrayal, now you're viewed in a different light. And then you give that information, you share that information with someone else and they could see still the goodness within you. And then she's just like, she sees you in a different light and there's a different connection. And she was hanging out with May for like 2 months, a month and a half. And so they're together all the time. So you went from Zane all the time to May all the time. So do you want May? Do you? There was a kiss, but then the book abruptly ended. So we'll never go.
Honestly, yeah. Steph popped her just now. She popped her just now. Because you're correct. You're correct. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even say nothing to that.
Okay, Batty.
I just feel like still though, Zane deserved more than just book 3.
Right.
He should have been a voice from the beginning.
Correct.
And I think that's the point I'm trying to make. Because
if you're gonna
the author
incorporate
built
it.
him up to be.
Correct. Especially with them being, it was the 3 of them. When Mama Agba saw them in the vision, it was the 3 of them going through the journey, but it was only the voices of Zeely and Anan at the time, I think in book one. No, Amari was in there.
Oh, Amari was there.
So it's just like, so you incorporated them, but Anan wasn't in the vision, but Zane was. But you incorporated Anan in the book as far as having a voice and a character. So
he was just a character development for Zeely.
And Amari. And Amari.
Character to be a bigger character.
So why put him in book 3? Then why put him in book 3?
I don't know what that was about.
Right.
Okay, so I think we have gotten
to the fact of where you got to the end of Zeely. Zeely. I keep on
Zeely. I'm sorry. We're trying our best.
Yes, very sorry.
I think you got to the end of her, like, okay, like, we need something
else.
New.
Yeah.
I guess, like y'all were saying, those unfamiliar people, we're like, okay, these are too many new people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We don't even know.
Where it should have ended with book 2, or if you want to do a book 3, it would be, as we said in the question, was this a path to peaceful existence for the Magi and the nobles?
I almost feel like book 3 should have been like a jump, like 5 years.
Let's rebuild.
Future.
Thank you.
Like,
I would take that.
Okay, it's whatever year.
I could take that.
But it's 5 years into the future.
But you bring in a whole island and the red moon and it's like too much. It was too much. And I think, did he learn his lesson with the Laminas? I think he did, because he had so much sorrow and death, and he just wanted to be powerful for a moment. And I think him using the red skull, the red axe with using his blood, I think he used it because it was like, I can eliminate so many so quickly, and I've lost so much, and I just want to be powerful at this point.
But then to be demonized for that, though. They were all looking at him crazy.
Because he was crazy. Because
yes. He was definitely
his sister.
But like, they definitely didn't give him any empathy, or like,
no, they did
during that. I mean, but like,
because they didn't know.
They didn't know. But it's like, but that's why I feel like he should have had a voice earlier.
Correct.
Because that was a deep part of the book. It's like, like, you knew Zane was a warrior. You knew he would, but like you said, he was literally about to
kill his sister.
Because he was just so overtaken by this blood magic and shit. And it's like, I feel like he deserved more of a background. And just to introduce him in this last book, that was...
Well, Karen, that's our mocktail that everybody loves so good.
The mocktail.
This one to end our series.
Cheers, everybody.
It is the herbal citrus sparkler.
All right, now
the sparkler.
And a little lemongrass tea.
Cheers.
Got a little honey, ginger. I'm trying to tell you all the good stuff for your body that it has.
Oh,
can you listen to that part?
Oh, my bad.
It's supposed to pair with this spiced mango chili with a little lime.
Let's pass the mangoes around. Everyone grab a slice. I love a mango.
I love it, man.
I feel like Black people just love mangoes naturally. I don't know what that is about, but I've never met a Black person that doesn't love mango. Yeah, see? You see that there? They all smacking and they love it.
That changes the drink up.
Y'all thought we like watermelon. Apparently,
not the water.
How about that?
Stephanie, this is when I want you to actually go all the way in.
Oh, at the ending of the book?
What?
What is your opinion on the ending?
You done told us throughout this entire episode how you had an opinion. But this is where I want you to just let it loose.
No.
Let it out, sis.
Let it out to, if you were the author at this point, what would you have done differently at the end of the book with particular characters to actually, I guess, evolve the story or make it a...
New Gaia and the skulls should have never been involved.
Period.
I think she should have had a conclusion with Orïsha, with whatever they were going to do if they're going to become united and be able to coexist within each other. I feel like there was some healing that needed to happen. Sometimes healing needs to be done very quickly when you're thrown into a situation, which I feel like she did that in this book with them having to fight against the skulls, but it's just not enough healing. Of course, this is like if you want it to be wrapped up in a bow, but I just didn't like it. I just didn't like the incorporation of the additional characters, the abruptness, the epilogue. The epilogue was,
spoiler alert,
of Zeely and Zane hugging each other and Amari finding out that she lost her brother. And that was it. It was like Anon is dead. And it was like, huh? And credits are rolling. So it was just like, so for me, I just didn't like that. I don't want it to be like so-and-so got married, so-and-so had babies. We had, the kingdom came together. I'm not asking for that, but what happened to Orïsha? Did we come together to a degree? What happened to the queen? Anon is gone. Who's over Orïsha now? It's just so many questions that I feel like those can be answered. I don't want to tell her how she wrote the book. She wrote the book. I don't want to take that away. Everybody saw something within the book, and I don't want to take away from that. It's just a lot more questions. I really don't agree with the incorporation of the new characters. If there was meaning behind it, I'm still trying to understand that meaning because I literally finished the book Thursday. Like I said, I was at 80% since Tuesday.
We're holding
everybody because it was like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Like they're going to war. And I was like, they're going to get them. Like, please don't die. Y'all have had so many negative outcomes versus positive outcomes. Like I wanted to see the good happen. And then for it to end the way that it ended, it was just like, she killed him. He called her a demon. Never once throughout all of the books, nothing. Maggot came out 20 times, but demon comes out. I was like, what? And it was like, right. And it was yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I think also too, as a fantasy lover, I read fantasy 90% of the time. The point of fantasy is to escape. And yes, I guess everything doesn't have to be rainbows and butterflies.
Yeah, I get it.
We drove off into the sunset and we loved each other and we had a million babies. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I understand that. But the point of reading a book is to escape and to be in a world that you weren't in before. And I feel like we deserved a tight ending. Like, that's the point of reading.
I'm looking like
locked in for years.
And heavy on the years. Like, I'm not about to pull up Google right now, but Tomi wrote Children of Blood and Bone. I was in grad school. Honestly, I feel like it was before it came out.
It was 2018.
I was in undergrad. Okay. And I'm reading fantasy. I'm a fantasy girly. I'm reading to escape my life. Not that my life is terrible, but sometimes you just need a break.
Real world is over.
And I feel like we deserved a better ending than just, oh yeah, we built up this evil guy. I can't even pronounce his name right now, but the leader of the skulls, we built him up. He was trying to take all of our magic. Oh my God.
Spoiler alert.
And then he just dies, and then we
Baldier.
We hug. Yeah, that's his name. We hug and it's over.
Yep, that's
girl, you made us wait like 7 years. Mm-hmm. What do you mean it's over? Like, I feel like
very quickly.
That's the point of fantasy.
And then what happened to, and I keep going back to what happened to the other guy. What's his name? Rowan?
Rowan disappeared. He didn't even come up in the third book.
At all.
Such a prominent role.
A huge
in book
role.
1 and 2. That was a problem. I'm like,
where is he at?
In book 3. That was a problem for me. And also, if we're talking about, okay, boy, like the ending of it all, like, okay, we've been hanging with you for 2 books now. And you're going to, as soon as we think, okay, hey, they're fighting. We understand what's happening over here with like the Magi, the Tetons. Hey, we're all in it. Who's going to win? What's going to happen? And then all of a sudden they blink and they're on a boat with some new skulls. It was like, okay, bro, y'all killing me. And now we got like a whole new different battles. It was a lot for me. Like that whole situation. The fact that Rome wasn't there was a situation. We didn't even know what happened to him. Like, he was a pretty significant role.
A huge role.
Right. In the first 2 books, for him not to really be at all in the third book was an issue for me.
He told Zaylee he loved her.
That's great.
His arm gone. He said, you are where...
I'd rather you leave me that.
Literally.
Was done. I was like, huh?
And he's nowhere to be found. Nowhere.
That was a whole situation. And then okay, fine. If we want to have like this new battle, we have this new enemy. Okay, that's fine. But it felt so like out of nowhere. Just all of a sudden, like, we just didn't even get a chance to celebrate or even just like reconcile what happened between this battle over here before we're in a whole new war. Like the way book 2 ended, but not really ended.
Yeah.
And we jumped into
just
like
stopped.
a new situation. I was like, this.
It was too much.
After reading book 3, I should have ended book 2.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Because book 3 gave me nothing. But then after reading book 3, I should have ended with book 2.
Honestly, should have ended with book 1.
Facts.
Yeah.
I would have been fine with just ending it with book.
I would have continued still to 2.
I would have continued to book 2 because I wanted to know what happened at the very end with the...
Because that wasn't a good ending.
Correct.
Can I ask one more question before we close?
Yes.
When y'all started book 3, what skin color were the skulls to you? Did y'all not picture a skin color on the skulls?
That's weird to even ask that question, but I was like...
Well, no, because I thought about it because I was like, did they ever say like, because they described other people. So you kind of just,
Yeah.
And then with that one, no.
Did you not picture a skin color?
if I do something,
Or did you assume?
I would make them ginger.
Ginger?
Gingers.
Everybody.
White with red hair? Yeah. So white, Caucasian.
But no, I really didn't picture it.
Everybody was brown in his book to me.
To me, honestly,
skulls.
the skulls represented like the white people coming to take the enslaved.
Mm-hmm. And he wanted to be God.
That's fine.
And he wanted manifest destiny.
Yeah.
That's literally where my mind went.
So
When you go back to
literally
all
my
this
girlfriend, I was like,
he calls this about it's supposed to be about like the slave trade, like the African slave trade.
Yeah, the Middle Passage. Yeah.
So that's what it was about. But at this point in me reading the series, like everybody was some shade of black.
It's black because we're in Africa. Yeah.
And
That's fair.
So I didn't even like think about that.
We're going to...
overall, yeah, we got to wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah.
Overall, I was very happy with the author. I think she very much engaged me, did I feel like I didn't get what I wanted by the 2 and 3? No. But at the same time, do I say I would do it again? I probably would, just because she had me so engaged in book 1 that it made me want to go to book 2. And then book 2, I was like, okay, maybe it comes back in book 3.
Yeah.
You know, the beautiful design of her books. Whoever did that, you did your thing.
She's well written.
Did your thing on whoever designed the book cover, the scenes of the book, and everything from the binding and what's the other part, guys? The pages.
Yeah, the little print, the kente print on the pages, beautiful. It was very intentional.
I think she awakened something in me in the first book for sure.
In the first book,
out of my just, inner personal power. I was like, I feel really strong in this book. Like, this is making me,
the first one was
Baltimore's fair skin.
With fair skin. Oh, that's the skull? The skull leader?
No, fair skin.
I knew it. I knew he was a white man. I knew it.
How did you?
He's young, far younger than I expected, though he commands men twice his age. He can't be more than 23. He has high cheekbones and crooked nose. The wild beard.
That's a white man.
High cheekbones. That's Irish.
His chestnut waves gather in a messy bun, loose strands falling into his bare shoulders.
He's a brunette. He is. That's a white man. It's Tarzan. Honestly, who's she? That's Tarzan.
Hazel eyes.
Tarzan. Yup. I knew it.
Felt it.
I knew it.
I cannot with my co-host. I cannot.
So before we close, you know the vibe. We always say space for something to sit with, sip on, or carry into your week. A lit challenge to move you, a talk for thoughts to ground you, or a memorable quote from the book that lingers like a good sip. In true BGL fashion, we're going to give you a trilogy of our own to close out this special month and the Empowering Legacy of Orïsha series. So, the first one is an on-the-spot co-host lit challenge. Okay, y'all ready?
Oh.
Rapid fire.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. The trilogy gave us lessons on magic, bold choices, and embracing chaos. So here's a chance to do the same. First, pick your magic. We each have our own magic that makes us unstoppable. What's one thing you're claiming this week that makes you feel like you're in power, like you're in your power?
Ooh, so if I could choose a magic power, what would it be?
Yeah, like what is your own thing? Like it doesn't have to be a magic power. It could be a whatever. Like what is your power? What is your thing
What is my
that you're claiming this week?
I'm staying positive. I say when I stay positive, it's better and it brings more positive energy. So when I start with positive energy, I hope to receive it.
Nice. Does it say boss?
Not necessarily save lives, but might prevent you from taking a life.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
positive energy will save lives.
Yeah, sure. That might stop you from doing something bad.
Love it.
For sure, tragic.
Peace. That's going to be mine. Peace.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think mine was going to be the handler of time. I'm going to be able to manage time in a great way.
I love that for you. I'm gonna go with discernment. Like I'm gonna go with discernment. It's a whole thing, and the more I tap into it, the more clear things become, and I love it. I'm gonna hold on to that. Okay, the second thing is make a bold choice. What's one small decision you can make to show yourself some love and strength this week? Life-changing or
I'm going to do all of my workouts this week. I've been skipping some of them, and that's not really serving myself the way I should be. So I am doing all 6 days that I am assigned this week.
6 days.
No, I go.
I think I'm going to do like a little meditation time or something like that. Kind of self-reflect and all that good stuff. I think that'll help me moving forward.
I'm going to make good food choices this week. I've been doing the workouts. I'm definitely not up to 6 days. That's insane, but I love that for you. And thank you for giving me a goal to strive for. But yeah, I'm going to make healthy food choices this week for myself.
Oh, see, when you said good and healthy, are they the same? Okay, my bad.
No, because all good food ain't healthy. Period. All healthy food definitely ain't good. So
I think I'm letting go of things I cannot control.
come on.
Oh, sorority prayer.
Yeah. Yeah, I take on way too much. That's really not my business to take on. So I'm letting go. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my best not to procrastinate because this week I have a lot going on and it's my anniversary. And as they say, when you're together for so long, sometimes you just procrastinate. So and he's not worth procrastinating. He really deserves thought and effort because my boo is the best. So just stop procrastinating. Like I need to get on it this week.
Okay, I like it. Okay, and then the third one is ride the chaos. So let's keep it a buck. Life is messy. What's one thing in your life that's a little crazy, but you're going to just own this week instead of stressing about it?
My child.
I was going to say the same thing. Amen to that. As having an adult child is wild.
A 16-year-old girl is crazier, but I started with positive, so I'm going to keep with that trait. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Okay, it's something that I'm not going to...
What's one thing in your life that's a little crazy, but you're going to just own it this week instead of stressing about it?
Oh, that dog. I did not want to get the dog. And now the girl has left. And I thought she was going to take her dog. And she did it. And so now we have the dog. And the dog is on my nerves. But I can't get rid of the dog because she is going to come back. And, again, you got to be doing what you got to do for the kids. But I'm going to embrace him and all his craziness and act like that he's well trained. I'm going to act like that's a thing.
I got nothing. Yes.
You ain't letting go this week, Nicole? You ain't go to places? What? So I'm on this will be my what? Going into my second week of school. Mm-hmm. So yeah, every time that I'm sitting down to do those readings, I'm like, who asked you to do this? Oh, I made the choice to be here. It was me. Guilty. So yeah, just owning my choice, even though sometimes when I'm in those readings, I'm regretting it. Like, oh, this is horrible. But I made the choice. I'm owning it and we're going to finish it. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So now for the listeners, what's your goal up for the week? Pick your magic, make a bold choice, and own that chaos. Tag us on social media and share with us how you're leveling up. And then the last thing that we're going to leave you with, so our third thing is a top for thought, and that is power is not given, it's taken. True power isn't something you wait for, it's something you fight for. It's about challenging oppression, standing firm in your beliefs, reclaiming what's rightfully yours, and never backing down in the face of adversity. The Legacy of Orïsha trilogy reminds us that power isn't just given, it's something you must seize. It's a journey of rebellion, justice, and a fight to reshape the world around you. Remember the fight for power, and change begins with you. Keep pushing, keep claiming, and never wait for permission to take what's yours. To the words that found you, the point that held you, and the version of you that showed us to listen. If it made you think, feel, or drink, pour it forward. Share us on your favorite social media platforms and make room for someone else at the table. Until then, read boldly, sip slowly. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you for listening to the Black Girls Lit podcast. Tune in for our next pour and our next page, The Butcher and the Wren by Elena Urquhart. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and follow.